What are some other ways that you see like kind of safety developing in our community? And do you think we're doing a good job, or do you think that we have room to grow?
I mean, I can only go like based on what I've seen, because if I go anywhere, it's just the grocery store, basically. I think that's a lot of people. And it's just kind of, I think as far as employees, I mainly shop at Walmart. They do well. They like as far as like cleanliness and making sure that everybody's being safe. That's great. I do find that people that are out in the community, a lot of times they're either on one end of the spectrum or they're not. And this is just my experience. But there's people that are very, very cautious and that are wearing a mask and that are wearing a gloves. PSA, do not wear gloves because it's absolutely pointless. Um, and
Hmm.
then there's the people who, if you even come too close to them, they will get extremely upset and because they're scared. If they're vulnerable, they want to. So I encourage people to not have all of this fear because it does nothing for you. Just be aware. So if you are following guidelines, if you are practicing social distancing, if you are wearing a mask, um, you know, get in, get out, don't be somewhere unnecessarily, in the community at least. Um, that's really all I can say. But as far as places that I've been, that I've seen the employees and how they do their jobs, like they're doing well. The things that have been implemented are there for a reason, and um, no complaints on my end. I think everybody's doing the best that we can, and that's why Algoma has been successful in having such a low amount of cases.
I think there's always room to grow in anything, but I think that we're all doing the best that we can, and that um, the social distancing, I think that's a good thing. To only go into stores and get whatever you need and get out and wear your masks and just keep washing your hands.
Hmm.
That's about it.
Right
I
on.
went to the eye doctor the other day, and they had material masks, and they were there, clean ones, and basically everyone who entered had to wear the material mask, and as you left, you put it in like a dirty laundered bin. So I thought that was like quite accommodating, as far as like, small town, and we're able to do that in our spaces. So I think we're really like
Hmm.
lucky here in Algoma for that.
Oh yeah.
And then on a larger scale, I like how it's like sucked the recreation out of consumerism. Like, so like it's not fun to shop as much anymore. And I guess like that sucks for those who like retail therapy, which I do enjoy myself sometimes too. But just as far as like a new future where we're not all so obsessed with like buying the hottest new phone, or a new outfit every week just because we have to, or those sorts of things, and that we're actually like conscious about what we're going to go get at the grocery store, or if we go to Walmart for clothing or like household needs, we have an idea rather than like so much impulse purchasing.
Hmm.
But then I'm not gonna lie, I've also went to Walmart for groceries and been like, well, I'm here and I waited in line, so I'm gonna go check out the whole rest of the store and buy stuff anyway. So,
Yeah.
but I do like how in general it slowed it down.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, the online shopping has been insane from what I understand. That for the longest time, I mean, I still imagine it hasn't slowed down much, but we're waiting like weeks upon weeks for things that we would normally get within a couple of days. And anytime that I would speak to anybody at Canada Post, they're like, it's worse than Christmas because everybody's buying online. So
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
Hmm. Definitely. Yeah. And I think there's an added kind of endorphin release too when you get a package at your house, because that's something that's still, I mean, like obviously, you know mail delivery's been around since the beginning of time, right? But like, um, when you get something that you ordered, as opposed to just getting, the regular flyers or newspapers or whatever you normally get, bills, right? Those aren't really joy sparking for most people. But when you get a package at your door, that's definitely joy sparking, and that's added on to the joy that you get from, or that some people get rather, from purchasing something new. So it's like an added bonus to that too. And then having waited for it, and that extra pat on the back, like, hey, you waited, good job, and now you're getting this thing too, right? So yeah.
Yeah. So I guess before when they were trying to shut down Canada Post, or like minimize it with all the cuts, I guess they really know how important our mail people are
Yeah, no
to our
kidding.
livelihood and economy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
They'll be working for a while, for sure. I will say too, when this started happening and I was ordering online and something would come in, I was almost like was still scared, almost like when you bring your groceries into the house, like you should like sanitize that package. We're like, where did this come from? Like, this came like on a boat or a plane, like, and we're not doing boats or planes right now, right? So like, I wonder like if folks are considering that when they're ordering online with their packages, but
I
mean,
definitely considered it on numerous occasions. I think one of the first things I ordered, um, I don't know if I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I think it's called like Il Maquillage or something. It's one of those like foundations, yeah, that you take the quiz for. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever, I'll try it. So I bought it and it came very fast. It was here within I think 3 or 4 days. But as soon as I looked at the package, it said it was from New York. And that was when everything was blowing up in New York. You heard it all over the news. Everything was chaos. And I'm like, okay. Just wiped it down immediately, threw the box out right away. Like, just being careful.